So, Bezat Hashem, we're back here at the Maor Yitzchak in Hollywood, Florida. B'siyata Dishmaya, we are continuing learning in Siman Reish Memchet 248. Shulchan Aruch. Today is the 5th day of the month of Kislev. Bezat Hashem, Chanukah is in exactly 20 days, Habibi. So if it's 20 days, that means what? It's Mosai Shabbat or Thursday. 20 days means Thursday. Right? So it's 21 days, will be today, Friday, since it's so it's Thursday. We have one. Thursday night will be the first night, Thursday night will be the last night. So Shabbat.
Today is what day? Today is
the 5th.
The 5th of Kislev?
Yes.
So last night was already the 5th.
Right.
If last night was the 5th,
so Wednesday.
August 25th or 26th?
25th.
25th.
So it will be
so Wednesday night.
Wednesday night. So Wednesday night, Thursday night, Shabbat will be Friday night, and what's the third day? Shabbat, and 4th day Motzei Shabbat. Okay.
On top in bed, right?
Yeah. Okay. So Bezat Hashem, today we're continuing in Sif Katan Hey. Said Mishnah Berurah to us the following: Ana Halachot Shabbat in Shulchan Aruch. Where's the Hey falls down there? This Shulchan Aruch or Rema? No.
1 second. Where?
פחות משלושה ימים קודם, no. We're here, י"ב. So, פחות משלושה ימים. So he said, as long as אין מבלגים בספינה. If you are doing a personal trip, not a mitzvah, right? So Shulchan Aruch says, י"ב. So Shulchan Aruch says, אבל לדבר הרשות, for a personal travel, אין מבלגים בספינה פחות משלושה ימים. You don't travel less than 3 days. Kodem HaShabbat.
We read this already.
Right, we read it. I'm going to go into Mishnah Berurah.
Yeah.
I just want to repeat from Mishnah Berurah. So Mishnah Berurah explains on this. What does that mean before Shabbat? So Mishnah Berurah says, not just Shabbat, even Yom Tov. So look at the Mishnah Berurah. Okay, right here. Vehu adin kodem Yom Tov. And it's also same applies traveling before Yom Tov. It has to be 3 days. The Yom Tov v'Shabbat shavin v'chen b'Yom Tov sheni en maflegin. So if you want to travel and Yom Tov is, let's say, on Tuesday. Let's say Yom Tov is on Tuesday, right? Can you start on Shabbat? 3 days before Tuesday is Shabbat.
Okay.
So when do you have to start traveling? Not 3 days before Shabbat and not 3 days before Yom Tov. Sunday for sure you cannot go because 3 days is less than 3 days.
You can't go.
So when you travel, when you start traveling,
You can't go.
a week before. What do you mean?
A week before.
A week before.
Oh, you're saying the week before.
Yeah.
So that week you cannot go.
That week, if the trip is on Tuesday, Yom Tov is on Tuesday, you cannot start on Motzei Shabbat. You have to start
Tuesday night or Monday night?
Tuesday, whatever. It doesn't matter. Tuesday night, let's say. Even let's say Tuesday night. When you're going to travel?
If it's Tuesday night.
Yeah. So 3 days before.
You can leave Motzei Shabbat.
Okay, Tuesday night. Nobody travels Tuesday night. Most people start a trip in the morning. Okay, Tuesday, right? 3 days before Shabbat. Lekulam, there's a problem here. If it's Wednesday, you could travel. On Sunday.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We could technically go Sunday morning. It's 3 days before.
If it's Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday day. No, nobody travels.
No. 1 second. You're saying Yom Tov starts Tuesday night?
Yom Tov is on Tuesday.
Yom Tov is on Tuesday.
Yom Shlishi.
Okay.
You're saying when the Yom Tov is. Okay, good. So let's say even Tuesday night. Yom Tov is on Tuesday night. So you have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 3 days. So that's the machlokes. That would go into machlokes. If Yom Tov is on Monday night, there's no machlokes. Everybody says Atzur. You have to start a week before, 3 days before Shabbat. Right? But, so what's the machlokes? The Gaon Milner says, do you count the day of the start as the third? He says you're allowed to travel on Wednesday. Remember. Right? Is that correct? The Gaon Milner says it's okay? That, Shishbot.
So if it's 3
הנה, הגר"א הביא בשם הרבה ראשונים.
Sunday morning.
מצא קצת, here's the הגר"א. גאון מווילנה says all הראשונים, השלושה ימים נחשבים עם השבת גופה. So גאון מווילנה says you're allowed to start on Wednesday. Because Wednesday doesn't count, so it's Thursday, Friday, Shabbat, that's 3 days. That's the Gaon Milner. So same thing would apply if it's Tuesday night. Yes, you could travel on Sunday. What do you want to say?
No, I'm saying you don't have if the Yom Tov is Tuesday night, if you leave Sunday morning, you don't have full 3 days.
No, that's fine because we call that's the Yom Mivin. I was just telling you. He doesn't agree with all those Achronim. All the Rishonim are on the side to say that Wednesday could start. All the Achronim say no. They don't count if Shabbat is the third day. It has to be 3 days before Shabbat. So obviously, Gaon Vilna and Rishonim, who you have better to rely on? There's nobody better to rely on. So Achronim, with all due respect to Achronim, we have Rishonim. We follow the Rishonim all the time. And Hazan Ovadia also said it's okay. That's what we do. Right? Remember we did that? Okay? Let's go. Next. Vav.
It's okay to go 3 days before?
3 days. The third day has to be the day of Shabbat or Yom Tov.
The third day
is itself a Shabbat or Yom Tov. Then you could go.
So technically 2 days before.
No, you can't say 2. The Halacha says 3. Halacha calls that 3.
Halacha calls that 3.
Yeah, don't play games. Because if you're not, we're gonna change our words. We have to be very cautious. If we start publishing tomorrow 2 days before, then it will say somebody will come alone in 100 years from now and say, you know what, Shabbat is also included, so you can start traveling Thursday.
Yeah.
You understand what's going on here?
Yeah.
We don't need that. So okay, but the Achronim.
No, but technically 1 second. If he says if the 3 days include Shabbat or Yom Tov, that means you could leave Thursday.
No, you can't.
That's what
3 days before. Before 3 days, we said. Before the beginning of 3 days.
Before the beginning of
3 days. That's right. 3 days earlier. It has to be 3 days earlier. So what is 3 days earlier?
Before the
so according to all the Rishonim, it's Wednesday.
We have to be clear.
According to Rishonim, it's Wednesday. According to Achronim, it's Tuesday. They hold Tuesday. You cannot leave on Wednesday. It's already Shabbat.
So Rishonim saying there has to be 3 full days before.
No, Rishonim say 3 days
before.
3 days before Shabbat in the Mishnah means Shabbat, Friday, Thursday. Cancel those days out, now you can travel.
Okay, I got it. So
the Aharonim came and said, no. Who says? It says 3 days before Shabbat. So how can you have 3 days before Shabbat including
before
Shabbat?
That you're not allowed to travel.
That's right. How can you include Shabbat, they're saying? Aharonim. How can you include Shabbat in that? So they were Mahmir. We are, Baruch Hashem, not in the business of being.
We still follow this halakha.
Again, Rav Ovadia says we go with the Gaon Mivil now, with Rishonim. Remember, the rule of the Rav Ovadia is always follow the Rishonim.
So basically, you cannot. So basically, right now, what we learn, halakha lemaaseh, today we cannot go on a trip. You want to go on a cruise. You want to go on a cruise. You cannot go on a cruise past Tuesday.
Yes, you could. We hold Wednesday.
I thought Rishonim say you need 3 full days.
Right. So Shabbat canceled, Friday canceled, Thursday canceled. That's Rishonim.
Okay.
The Achronim are the ones that tell you Tuesday.
I thought it was the opposite.
No.
I thought Rishonim are adding a day.
Achronim are adding a day because they're afraid. I remember that this generation of we were all.
The rabbi said earlier.
That's what I said.
2 years ago. No.
Wireless customer.
That's what I said. Many times. I told you this before. The Achronim say to be careful here. Magen Abraham b'shem harbe Achronim. דהיינו ביום רביעי בשבת אסור. אבל הגר"א הביא בשם הרבה ראשונים, שלושה ימים נחשבים עם השבת גופה, ביום רביעי מותר. Remember the 6, we went to, וכן פסק הרב עובדיה, we said, Rav Ovadia also pasking like that. We said that yesterday. I'm telling you that for a while already. Tuesday is Achronim, Wednesday is the Rishonim. And Rav Ovadia says, don't listen to the Achronim.
Okay.
Don't be scared. In the yeshivish world, they'll tell you, no, we must listen to Achronim, because they're more, I guess, more cautious. I don't know why. But again, that's what the end result is. So the same applies for Yom Tov, what applies for Shabbat. 1 second. So Bezat Hashem, we're continuing here. Okay, Vafilu b'spina. Okay, so now let's see what is going on here. Rama said, number 4, Vav. אבל קודם 3 ימים השאר אפילו בספינה שמושכים אותה על ידי בהמות. So we said over there, Rama added, I just read Rama quickly. Yeah. He says that if you're traveling 3 days prior to Shabbat, whatever the 3 days is, we just finished discussion. Rama says, let's say if you have a boat that's being pulled by animals, what does that mean usually? When do you get seasick? What is seasick? You're in the sea. If animals are pulling animal, are you in the sea, technically speaking?
If the again.
Baruch Hashem, your eyes are pure. So I saw old movies. In olden movies, they had a boat being pulled by slaves. There will be slaves on the shore, big ropes connected to the boat, and they will be pulling the boat.
I saw it also.
So he says, what about that? You're in such a boat. Says Rama, you could travel on such a boat even before Shabbat.
Oh, I have a better. Even today.
Yeah.
You pull up on a cruise ship.
Okay.
There's always gonna be somebody, let's say a goy, that's gonna, even if he's pulling a little bit. I'm telling you.
But the motor does everything. He's a little pulling. He's not pushing the boat.
Does.
No.
He's saying they're not actually pulling. They're just tying. They're taking the ropes.
Yeah.
A lot of things is still old school.
No. Over here, there is travel.
They're tying the ropes.
Tying the rope is nothing. I know that's a simple, whatever they do. It's not simple. I can do it, but they do it nicely.
I'm saying to tie
Yeah,
against
but that's
the post.
not, we're talking about Shabbat traveling here. So what? Your boat is traveling on Shabbat. So you boarded that boat on Wednesday or Tuesday, whatever, right? So the Rama says you're allowed to, even if the boat is being pulled by men on the shore. What's the problem? They're pulling it, they're walking, and they're pulling you with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's going to be the? Why is that? What the Rama says it's allowed. Why should it not be allowed? You're saying, right? No, I feel end the begova amayim. Even if there's going to be more. Number Zion. Remember, we said that there has to be 10 tvachim from the edge of the boat or from the edge of the ocean till the earth. If the boat is being pulled by goyim, by people, by servants at the edge, usually the beaches are what? They don't have the 10 tvachim.
Yeah, but a big boat is never going to get close to the beach.
Okay, so the question is, who said it's a big boat? Let's say it's a boat. Let's say it's a 6 passenger boat. Okay.
I'm just saying it's not today. It's not common.
But that's what Ramai is talking about. Okay. Remember, I told you the Mayflower brought 54.
My head is a cruise ship. That's why.
Habibi, again, forget about cruise ship. Mayflower brought in 102 passengers, right? And a 54-foot boat. Smaller than this building. Habibi, right? So we could imagine. So it says Ramah like this. רצונו לומר, דלה נימה דדמה להלכה בקרון דאסור לצא בשבת, אפילו אם ישב הקרון קודם 3 ימים. What's קרון? I don't understand. קרון is what? Caravan maybe? A carriage? He says like this. רצונו לומר, he's explaining why it has to be. Maybe it's like a carriage. On Shabbat, can you travel in the carriage? Or not, because you're traveling. Right? It's like you're traveling in whatever the karon is in the second.
If there's an eruv, you're not allowed to. There's no engine. You're not allowed to travel in a carriage.
So he says like this: the asur lisab b'Shabbat.
Kids can't push you.
He says, listen. The asur lisab b'Shabbat afilu im yashav b'karon kodem 3 yamim. I think karon means what's his name? Train. A train is traveling on earth. And it's more than Hakaron. Karon. Kuf Reish Vav Nun. What is that? Behind beside there.
Google Translate Hebrew.
It's not. I don't know if this is Hebrew. Never heard of it. Karon. Kuf Reish Vav Nun. What's Karon? I don't know if it's Hebrew at all.
I don't have the Hebrew.
What? We'll go to Google. Just spell it out. K K-A-R-O-N. Translated here in English. Karon. K-A-R-O-N. Karon. Yashav be'akaron. What about the picture? You have that? Let me see one second. Open the Google.
Go Hayom.
Give it to me 1 second. Yeah. Go to Google. No, not this kind of Google. Where's the picture? If you take a picture, you go search for items.
To do the.
You could translate the picture. I don't know what Karon is. Where are you traveling? It looks like it sounds to me like a train. But again, you remember traveling on Shabbat on the train. What's the problem?
How are you talking about the Google Lens? The Google Lens?
Yeah, my phone is on video over here.
Google Lens.
Take a picture of the item. Translate it. You know how to use the search button? What is iPhone?
No, Android.
No, so every Android has it. Let me see 1 second. It's a regular Google app. Not Play Store.
I have it. I have it somewhere. I just need to find it.
Here it is. Right here. I just put it for Google. Yeah, take a picture. Now we're gonna do translate. Boom, translate to everything. Shabbat, days to be rocking, reckoning, Shabbat, and Wednesday, Matar. Good. No, where is it? Permitted to sail, but Dunkat. What's Dunkat? Dunkat 3 days before the ships will go, and even there is no height. First 3 days come out of the place. No, 1 second. I'm gonna get specific worded.
Here, I think you can do that.
No, it's also talking. It's here. Okay. Caravan. You're joining the caravan. So carriages. So let's say you join the carriages. We said that before, right? The land name of the Dam Karon. Oh, so Ramah is saying in a caravan, Karon, the Nekudot are in the wrong place. Whoever put this way, it's caravan. That's how you spell caravan. Kuf Reish Vav Nun, caravan. The caravan. Okay, it's not Karon, it's the caravan. The caravan. The Nekudot are in the wrong place. Oh, yeah. I have to tell Mish Mazliach, they made a mistake, yeah. להלכה בקרוון, דאסור לנסוע בשבת, אפילו אם ישב בקרוון קודם 3 ימים. So if you're traveling in this, we're talking about, the Shulchan Aruch says it over here. We learned in this Siv, in the beginning, that even if you're sitting, if you're part of an envoy, right? If you're part of an envoy, we said on Shabbat, it will be asur to travel with them. That was the whole story of Baba Sari and the whole thing. Train cannot be trained, because train you're allowed to. You're sitting there doing nothing. The train is moving on its own, or the goyim are moving it for you. Here also
we're talking about going pulling the boat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, but it's no. Here it's mutar. Caravan it's asur.
Caravan it's asur.
Asur. Here it's like a train.
Because here it's like a train.
Like a train looks
but
like.
here,
Yeah.
because you're above. You're
No, you're under earth. You're under earth. It's less than 10 tvachim deep. So it's like you're under earth. So you are traveling what? You're traveling 2,000 amot on earth. It's mutar because you left 3 days before. You're part of a previous Shabbat. Your traveling started part of a previous Shabbat.
You're not going to be. You travel 2,000, but you're not 2,000 amot on earth. You're on earth only a little bit. That's considered still like you were traveling 2,000 amot.
Yeah, of course. That would be a
Because you finished. Because
That's
you
why.
finised it under 10 amot.
No, so he's saying.
Finished the trip. You started and finished.
No, because you're still you're still on earth. It's like this. 3 days before Shabbat, it's asur to start if you're traveling like this. Says Ramah, if you as long as you started before 3 days, you are allowed to even go on this boat that is being pulled by animals or humans, or from the shore. Mm-hmm. Not a problem. Okay? לפי מה שהרגלים למשוך הספינות ובהמות בנהרות, אפילו בתוך 3 ימים מותר להפליג, אלא דנקת קודם 3 ימים משום שאר ספינות אגרה. Wow. So again, so he says, why specifically did Ramah said, Berurah explained, Why specifically he says before 3 days? According to halacha, even on this kind of boat, you're allowed to travel, even within 3 days of Shabbat, start to travel. You could start on Friday with this kind of boat.
What kind of boat?
This kind of boat that's being pulled by the animals or by the servants from on the shore. This kind of boat. So here,
I'm trying to understand something. We're talking about just to pull the boat in?
Not in, traveling.
Travel? The animals or whatever, I just keep pulling it.
Pulling it, yeah.
So why are you on the boat? Just for fun or whatever? For fishing or
whatever, yeah. In the olden days, that was the recreational activity. This is not saying, but this is talk about recreational activity. That's a recreational activity, whatever it is. So the animals travel, they rest overnight, and then they travel again.
Why would you have to have people off the boat pulling? You can
because you're a delicate prince who cannot walk on the earth. You want to feel a part of a river or whatever. You want to be chaser people do crazy things. Rich people do crazy things. When they went on a submarine, they died 6 billionaires, right? Just recently. No. There's missing things. People are so crazy, they do stupid things. Why would you go on a submarine of 6 people? You know how big the submarine was? Probably, I saw a picture of it. It's less in this room. What are you doing? Well, this is a kite. I did it. Something crazy. Again.
Yeah.
Some people paid $20 million to fake it that they went to the moon.
Not to the moon, to space.
To space.
Go to the moon.
Yeah.
They're not going to actually go on the moon.
Oh, no. In the 1960s, they got to the moon somehow, but now they cannot go. It's amazing. And they say they lost all the records, how they flew to the moon. The technology today in our iPhones is a billion times more than they had in the 1960s, just to let you know. In an iPhone, the technology is bigger than they had the entire rooms of computers that didn't have so much technology as in the 1960s. And yet, somehow they flew to the moon, and now they already lost how to fly to the moon.
It's bizarre, if you think about it. This is the 24, right? This has the Snapdragon 3.
Huh?
It's the fastest processor in the world. I mean, maybe now the iPhone 16, now the 20. You understand?
Samsung?
You understand how fast this processor is?
Yeah.
It's if you think, it's insane. Insane. The things that I can pull up on this phone at the speed, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Wow.
I went from 20 to 24.
And they want you to believe that they flew to the moon in the 1960s where they had no technology at all. Yeah.
This little thing. You just imagine what you could have in a device this big. Can you imagine?
So continue over here. So he said like this: even if if it's not 10 tefachim from the surface of the water to the earth beneath. Where is the 10 tefachim here? It says Mishnah Berurah in Asim Kadan Zayin. Afina begava the hava amina da asur mishum tchumin. Maybe you might say it's asur because of tchumin, traveling on foot. We are asur to travel on Shabbat 2 feet or 2,000 amot. Kamash malan dela. It's not asur. Why? Vatam kivan sheitchil kodem shlosha yamim. So the reason is because you started before 3 days. Therefore it's allowed. Zayin as number 2 ish Mazliach, number 7. רצונו לומר אין לו לחוש לתחומין שתגיע שבת. Okay, if you start, listen to what he's saying. If you try traveling before Shabbat already, you should not be worried about tchumin anymore. When you start concentrating on Shabbat? When you started to travel before that Shabbat. But if you started 3 days before, you didn't start traveling before Shabbat. That's not called before Shabbat. Therefore, you don't have to concentrate on the tchumin. You don't have to be worried about 2,000 feet. Because remember, 3 days is plenty of time to travel anyway. So how can you put in advance if you want to travel more? And don't forget, the trip could be always interrupted. Who knows you're going to travel on Shabbat? So what are you going to prepare tchumin for nothing? Okay? And where are you going to put tchumin? Because you're traveling. There's no, what's his name? Look at what it says. Mishum pikuach nefesh. It's dangerous, the Adrabah. Okay. It's not like today you could go with the Zohar. It's not like today you could take a jet ski and go every 2,000 amot, put something, prepare yourself lodging. That's how you have to travel on Shabbat, right? You prepare for yourself lodging before Shabbat. Because you're planning, let's say somebody going, his in-laws are in a different town. You have Lubavitch on one side, and let's say 4,000 amot. After the city of Lubavitch, you have, I don't know, another city. Right? You want to travel there, right? So what do? Before Shabbat, you go with your horse. You prepare yourself lodging, make either a budka, maybe take a garbage container, those big garbage containers, they're more than 10 tvachim tall, they're more than 4 tvachim wide. You put it over there, you put your food in there, that's going to be your lodging. You're not even going to eat from that food, but you prepare yourself the food. So now on Shabbat, you could travel to that place, 2,000 amot. From that place, now you're going to travel another 2,000 amot to your in-laws. And that will be allowed. But here on Shabbat, you're traveling in the Sfina 3 days before. What are you talking about? How are you going to...
Again, that's only... Yeah, that's okay. If you want to extend it home.
Right, no. You would need to extend it home if you traveled before Shabbat, 3 days.
If you have an Eruv, you don't...
Forget about the Eruv. What do you mean Eruv?
If you have an Eruv...
You're not worried about 2,000 amot. What's the difference if you have a Eruv or not? I don't understand what you're trying to say. You cannot travel outside of the city more than 2,000 amot.
Outside of the city.
That's what we're talking about. Right?
Yeah.
So let's say I have a roof. I have a roof, 20 cities altogether. Gigantic roof. What do you accomplish? It's still not allowed to travel on Shabbat. As long as there's between the distance between each city more than 2,000 amot, you can't go from city to city. By the way, here there is no problem with it. Just to let you know, in America, if you're on from East Coast here, from Keys, Lechoira, Halacha, you could probably travel on Shabbat all the way to New York City. Walk all the way. Because there is no breaks. It's all one city. One next to the other, next to the city. Not like olden days. Olden days they had a city bordered and they had outskirts, and then you have forest, and then they don't have that anymore.
But there has to be civilization.
Yeah, of course. You have civilization. On East Coast, from your I-95 go on I-95 from Keys all the way to Maine, you have civilization.
Yeah, Route 1.
Route 1 goes also that far?
Route 1 is longer than I-95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Route 1 is a little longer. Because Route 1 goes actually all the way down. I-95 ends in Miami.
Oh yeah? I don't go to Keys? Okay. Whatever. I-95, no problem. I-95, Miami, go all the way to Maine. So? You could go to Canada, I think, also, I-95, no?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay. And that's so you see, here's the problem. The problem is, you have to set up a tuchumin. No, the most important thing you can learn from here, that if you're starting to travel 3 days within the Shabbat, you have to concentrate on tuchumin if you're going above the earth. Below it's not more than 10 tvachim of airspace or water space in this space, right? In this instance. So he said that's why it's allowed. וכמו שקטן לקמא, as we learned before. חטא. Let's do one more. סעיף קטן. Okay. You want to go here already?
I need to do Shnai Mikra, it's a short day.
Okay, so we're going to finish already. It's 5 lines.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not 5 lines, it's like 10 lines. Okay, we'll do it tomorrow. Okay, בעזרת השם, ברוך ה' לעולם אמן ואמן. Whoever needs to go to work, פרנסה, לכו תפרנסו בנחת בשלווה בשמחה. Have it easy, without any צרות, only שמחה.
Amen.
שבת שלום.